name's Carlie, and I'm a physiotherapist here at M2M. Today, I want to talk to you guys about knee pain. Now, I'm an avid hiker, so I'm always in the mountains, as you know, and I experience my own knee pain. One of the reasons that people can experience this problem is because of weakness in the muscle we call your gluteus medius. What you'll notice on these patients is that when they're coming into a squat, their knee will actually drop into what we call a valgus orientation, and it can be due to a weakness in this muscle that's not keeping them trapped properly. If you run into this problem where you're dropping in like this, your line of pull on your kneecap has now changed from being straight and moving in this direction to sideways, so the kneecap is actually being pulled out into this direction, which can cause an irritation underneath your kneecap. So, if you saw your physio and they determined that you have a weakness in your glute med muscle, which is your hip abductor, these are two exercises that I like to do with patients to strengthen those muscles to prevent them from having that knee pain from a valgus orientation. So, my favorite to start with is a clamshell. It's very basic. Coming onto your side like so, I bring up to about 45 degrees of hip flexion. Make sure that you've stacked your pelvis so that you're not leaning backwards, because when you do a clamshell like this, you're using gravity and it's not doing anything to strengthen this muscle. So stack your hip on top of one another, engage your core in this position, and then I like to put my hand here so my pelvis doesn't move backwards and that I can feel the muscle that I'm activating. From here, you're simply just going to lift the leg up into external rotation, bringing it back down, and palpating the muscle while you do that. Okay? So I start off with this exercise called the clamshell, 3 sets of 10, fairly simple. You will see some people put bands through here to further strengthen, but I definitely start just with regular body weight against gravity. So that's the clamshell. And then as we get stronger, we want it to be a little bit more functional. So I like to introduce something called a monster walk, where you're standing. So you're just gonna grab a little band like so. A lot of people like to put the band just above the knees. I prefer to put it around my feet so it's more challenging. Depending on what you have at home, you can work with what you have. You can just tie a band together. You don't need a fancy move like this. Now with the monster walk, we're using glute med to abduct as we step out, okay? Once again, I put my hands here so I can feel the muscles activated. I engage my core, and I come into just a little bit of a mini squat here. Then I'm gonna try to keep my pelvis parallel to the ground, so we don't wanna have any of this motion while we're walking. So hands here, parallel, core engaged, then you're gonna step out to the side and back. Step out to the side and back, right? Just like so, and I can feel that I'm using those muscles. And I'm also watching that my knees don't do this, okay? So make sure that you're externally rotating and moving side to side. And I usually go 10 in one direction and then 10 back the other direction to start. Depending on how tired you are, you can switch that up, do more or less. And the objective is to strengthen these muscles here, so that's where you should be feeling that when you're doing this exercise. So, just a summary, if you have a weak glute med that is contributing to your knee pain, try clamshells and try the monster walk. Thanks for tuning in.